What is up, Solo Nation? Today is a good day. Why, Fabio?
Because we got listed on Tier 1 exchange.
Huobi, baby, the first XRPL token exchange.
Welcome to the SpaceLounge, and this episode we're gonna go over big news, and also that's not the only thing. We are also disclosing a big major update that's coming in 5 days.
Let's do this. Let's high five. It's been a long time coming. This Tier 1. Everybody's been patiently waiting. Celebration today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So, Mauricio, tell us more. What does this mean for the Sologenic community? What does this mean for the token? What does it mean for us, this Tier 1 listing?
This is huge. I mean, a lot of exchanges aren't familiar or haven't been familiar with the integration of XRPL tokens. This is the first one. And once an exchange lists a token, same method of integration, it's a lot easier for them to then follow up and list other tokens. Really big for the whole ecosystem. And for us as well as Sologenic, being listed on one Tier 1 exchanges kind of increases our reputation when we reach out to other exchanges for other listings. It's kind of seen as like, okay, Huobi, top exchange has listed them. Let's like take this seriously, look into them more. And it's just so much more because we're already in touch with exchanges, everybody that participated in the airdrop plus some. And I mean, this has just opened the floodgates and now it's go time.
Floodgates, I like
this.
that.
This is our year. We got Vegas meetup. By then, I think we'll all be having a good time and it's going to be perfect timing. Let's go.
Sounds awesome. Like you said, it opens the door to keep growing, keep working, keep reaching out, more partnerships coming, more integrations coming. We are actually discussing even having an off-ramp. We're fiat for NFTs and the cross-chain bridge. So we actually launched the pools at Beethoven X, and Mauricio had some news about it, right? Like,
oh yeah. Phantom is up 25% today. And then Sologenic's about 17, almost 20% on the day. So if you entered that pool right now, you're laughing, you're smiling, and we're all feeling good. We're celebrating today.
In regards to the pools, we know some of you guys had issues entering, just bridging the Solo token. So we put together a tutorial which is gonna be linked on this video. Feel free to check it out, test the bridge, the multi-chain, and we'll be integrating to other chains as well in the future, right?
Yeah, we will. Nico, did you enter the pool?
Of course I did.
Yes.
Got that 80-20.
80-20.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, and one more thing about the exchange before we move forward. Exchange listing. I mean, Huobi, they got millions of users. I mean, just their Twitter Twitter has 1 million point something followers. So that just brings so much more exposure to the token, the XRPL ecosystem, and it's gonna open a lot of doors. We're really excited, and like Bob tweeted already, more coming in the pipeline. We will not give dates this time though, because I know
we learned our lesson.
Learned our lesson. I mean, the integration is not in our hands, so why push buttons here when we don't need to? Yeah. They'll be coming, but we're not gonna mention dates or give promises because it just makes it a bigger issue rather than just like, hey, if you're a real Solo community member, you're holding anyways. So we don't need to attract the people just here for a pump. And that also, these last 2 weeks have exposed a lot of the community. What have you guys seen on Twitter the last few weeks? Because I've seen which ones are the real OGs and which ones are just
we're waiting
like,
for the pump.
Yeah, they got the paper hands, but we got a lot of diamond hands. So these 2 weeks have been good for us. I mean, the real OGs are gonna get their NFTs, and let's just leave it at that. Like we could see who the core community is, and it really, these shakeouts are great.
Yeah, get rid of all the foo-foos.
And I mean, we love
how did you call it, Nico?
The foo-foos.
The foo-foos.
The fakes.
So yeah, speaking of the Solo Nation OG NFT collection, the airdrop has started with some of the top community members. I think they are doing 10 per week. Zen is in charge of that.
Yeah. We're letting Zen handle all that because we want that to be community driven. We don't want to kind of choose who's the core members and whatnot.
Just facilitated the NFTs were minted, and the allocation of them is up to community members like Sen, Dope Darius. I think. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good names involved.
Yeah, so they'll be taking care of that. And yeah, well, what do you guys guess? Like, what do you think one of those NFTs is gonna sell for on the market?
For secondary sales?
Yeah.
Above
Take a guess. Let's make a bet.
Make a bet. Yeah.
250 Solo. Whoever gets closest, what you think?
I think
the first NFT will sell for. You guys are allowed to guess as well at the bottom.
2,500.
999.
999. That's cheap, bro.
That's cheap.
2,500.
Yeah.
2,500. I'm gonna say 3,069.
The value of these NFTs really is going to increase when we disclose the following news about the merch store coming up, because it will not only give you exclusive access to VIP events and like the one we are planning in Vegas, it would also give you access to early drops and overall additional discounts on the merch store as well.
And also, the more we grow, the more people are gonna want those.
Exactly.
It's not like we're
The more
hosting
Solo
them.
Nation grows, the more people are going to want those NFTs. You're going to get free drinks at all the meetups. You're going to get discount at the merch store. You're going to get the exclusive Telegram group for just OGs.
Yes.
And yeah, we have so many events that we haven't even.
Yeah.
We remain in close contact with all of the Sologenic NFT holders. They can request, we are always in the look for other NFT giveaways. We're looking for partnerships, and that group will be our main point of contact with that community for sure.
Yeah, for example, solo cards. When solo cards drop, even if they're not on the waiting list, if you got a solo OG, you skip the line. Basically, any updates like that with a solo OG, you'll be able to skip the line. So we're trying to give as much utility to these NFTs and make them like real, something special, I feel bad for whoever paper hand the last 2 weeks because they're gonna miss out.
But it's a good point, because we always talk about using our technology for utility use cases, and what a best way to use it ourselves into something that really brings value. And the arts also look super cool. Like Dope Darius did an amazing job, to be honest.
Yeah, I love those NFTs. We got LA coming up. We should talk about that. LA Expoverse.
In less than 2 weeks, actually. We're going to be speaking there. We're handling 2 panel discussions. One is about collectibles in general. I'm going to be speaking with the director of Vivi, which is a very well-known platform known mostly for superhero collectibles. And overall, we're just going to be touching on what we think is going to be the future of it, what it really brings to the table, what are the options right now that users have to purchase collectibles. And of course, I'm going to be talking about the Sologenic Originals collection that we are hoping to launch very soon. And then what are you talking about, Mauricio, in yours?
The Solo Originals are going to be sweet. We're going to drop those like right before LA. And then we've already got our UI UX design guy, Dai. He's been working on really cool designs for the booth. So we got a nice booth there. We're going to showcase the new Solo Original NFTs that are coming out. And they're going to be 3D models, customizable. And then you're going to get the rendered downloadable file, and then you can just plug that into any metaverse application. They're going to be sick. And Fabio, I seen the video you're creating. It just blew my mind. It's really sick. You guys are going to love that.
Big shout out to Anonymous Astronauts. Those are the ones behind the designs. We teamed up, we brainstormed some ideas, and we figured why not make the first collection astronaut. And there's some Sologenic ones that are going to be super exclusive because this collection is only going to be 10, and I'm sure it's going to sell out really fast. But we want to keep it that way because making a 3D full-size render takes a lot of time, and it's something so unique that you can use on any gaming metaverse applications, and even for your own use, if you want to do like an animation movie, like you can use that character and render it yourself. So there's a lot of use case. Moving on, I think now it's time to actually talk about the merch store we just dropped yesterday. It's just the first drop, I gotta say. But
this collection is Solo to the Moon. It's just the first collection we had been working on for a while. It had been pending, but now we've created we're going to be dropping a second line of clothing and gear that's going to be Solo OG and Solo Nation themed. So that was the Solo to the Moon, and then after that we're already working on the next drop that's going to be Solo OG and Solo Nation.
Yeah, and this first collection includes a lot of essentials like just the original Sologenic brand on t-shirts, hoodies, accessories. I'm actually very keen on the accessories. We have portable chargers, iPhone cases, and if I'm not mistaken, even pet bowls. So there's one item for everyone. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it, and maybe we'll do some giveaways as well. That's it. We have to celebrate. And also on this episode, we have a very special interview with Janice Hung. She launched her NFT collection last week. She just came into the podcast to talk a little bit about her journey as an actress, as a martial arts champion, and about the NFT collection. What does it bring to the table? How did she came around with the ideas? We'll leave that right after this segment.
Amazing. Well, we'll make a short one today. Thank you guys. Exciting times ahead. I'm really excited. I'm still pumped. I got up at 4 a.m. when the listing went live, PST, just to watch. I just wanted to watch the pump live.
It was funny because I scheduled the tweet at 4 a.m. and Mauricio got up at 4 a.m. So that's why we have 2 tweets.
Yeah, he scheduled the tweet. He sent it out. But I was just too excited. I just got up and tweeted it. I didn't know he scheduled it. So I'm like, double post. But
double pump then.
Yeah, it was worth it. It's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to watch the green candle. Like, it just...
It's like this.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks for joining. See you next time. Welcome to the Space Lounge. In this episode, we have Janice Hung joining us all the way from the Philippines. She recently launched a collection in our NFT Marketplace. It's called Wushu Warriors, and it has very particular artworks and very interesting utility behind it. So, hello, Janice. How are you doing?
大家好，你们今天感觉怎么样呢？希望你们每天都过得美好。Hello, Solo Nation Warriors. Hi, Fabio and Mauricio. I just want to say that I am so thrilled with my partnership with Sologenic for my very own first NFT collection, which is the Wushu Warriors NFT collection.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We're really excited to have you here. I've been checking out your social medias and your YouTube channel. You've built quite a large community, and I think that'll correlate good to the Sologenic Marketplace and then your collection. So we're excited to have you.
Likewise.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the Philippines is, I think it's second place when it comes to users, the Sologenic platforms. As soon as we saw you online, we were like, we should do something together, for that community in the Philippines. And overall, it turned out really well. I'm very happy with the collection, and we're just gonna dive into some questions first so the new people get to know you as well. So we wanted to start by asking you, how did you get into martial arts? Tell us a bit about your story.
Okay, let me start about Wushu. Wushu is a Chinese martial arts categorized into two main disciplines. The first discipline, we have the Taolu, or the routine competition. The second one, we have the Sanda, or the full contact combat. For Taolu, we have the fast, explosive routines like the long fist, nanchen. We also use a lot of weapons here like the sword, spears, stuff, and a lot. And on the other hand, we also have Tai Chi, which is a gentle, slow-paced routine. Nowadays, Wushu has been used in a lot of Hollywood films like Star Wars, Kung Fu Panda, Ip Man, Marvel films like Shang-Chi, and a lot of Jet Li films. I want to share with you how Wushu changed my life and allowed me to fulfill my dreams. So I started Wushu when I saw the Wushu Philippine team perform. The moment I first laid my eyes on Wushu, I immediately fell in love with the sport, and I told myself with conviction that I want to be just like them, a Wushu champion.
How old were you then? When did you start?
I was a kid, and the thing was, growing up as a kid, my parents told me that Wushu isn't for me since it's a manly sport. That's why they never supported me. Since I grew up in a traditional Chinese family, everything is about business. It's not bad, but I just don't see myself handling the family business because I knew that I will be more productive and be of help to others if I will pursue my dreams. So I broke the tradition and became independent.
Well, that's amazing because look what you've built and established now, and I'm sure your family's proud of you now.
Yes, and like you mentioned, Kung Fu in general, Wushu and all the other types, forms of martial arts are have become popular already. Like we've seen them in movies since the 80s, since the times of Bruce Lee. What would you say is the one that is most popular at the moment right now?
Long fist, sword play, those are the ones, because if you were able to watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden the Dragon.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never used a sword. Have you, Mauricio?
No, not yet.
I'll be scared of myself.
That would be fun. We can train, and share that with Solo Nation and warriors all over the world.
We should do that. Awesome. You should come to a Vegas meetup, and then you can teach us.
That would be fun.
So speaking about teaching, how did you started with I know there's an initiative called Wushu Warriors, right? So I just wanted to ask you, how did you come around the idea of, passing the knowledge, right? Like starting teaching Kung Fu.
Our goal is to create a stronger community, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Especially with what's happening around us, we need to come together to spread positive energy, to uplift each other across the world so we can live our life to the fullest and reach our full potential even in these challenging times. And to help us realize our true self, our true strength, to achieve the best version of ourselves because together we are unstoppable.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Going back to my story. So what happened, knowing that my parents were so apprehensive of Wushu, I started training and I trained every day. I worked hard each day. I train as if there's no more tomorrow. And sometimes, even if you give your best, it is still not enough. Do you want to know what's my biggest challenge was?
Absolutely.
Okay, my biggest challenge was most of the people said that I will never make it. They doubted in me. They didn't believe in me because I was the weakest in the team. 99% of the people around me told me to quit. My parents, relatives and friends, teammates. But this was actually the turning point where I told myself that if there's one person who would truly believe in me, then it would have to be me. That 1%. That 1% willpower kept me going. I'm the first person to go to the gym, the last person to go home. I trained 3 times harder than any of my teammates. I never failed to move forward with my fists clenched towards the battlefield. I trained and fight and gave everything I've got as if it was my last. I told myself that no matter what happens, I will never give up, because if I do have millions of reasons to give up, I do have billions of reasons not to give up. That's why after long years of persistence and consistent training, every second, minute, and hour of each day was also worth it because I finally end up winning. And it opened a big doors of opportunities for me, like commercials, print ads, cover of magazines, billboards, films, TV series, and a lot.
I think you have that in common with a lot of the best athletes, or just really the best people at the highest level on anything that you're doing. They share that same mindset, that no quit and having faith and always knowing and like not even believing, but knowing that you're gonna make it. That's a great mindset to have. Yeah. I think Solo Nation has that mindset as well, and that's why we're gonna make it.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure, absolutely.
I know as an athlete, you need to be involved in many different forms of business. Like you said, you got into commercials, you got into movies. Okay. How did you come around crypto? How did you land it in the crypto field?
That's a very good question. I discovered crypto through a friend. I remember it was 2017. I started with BTC, then later on discovered XRP. Then since then, I started to accumulate XRP and been holding since, continuously learning and exploring. Last year, I started to collect some NFTs and invested in some. And now I found Solo, which is a perfect timing because I've been wanting to release my own NFT collection. I've been also searching for venues to share the things that I love, especially martial arts and visual arts. So for the love of it, I'm so happy that we are now about to launch my Wushu Warriors NFT collection with you.
Awesome. We're happy you're minting with us on Sologenic. And I just wanted to ask, what utility do these NFTs get? Are there going to be perks of owning these NFTs?
Being an owner of the Wushu Warriors NFT collection enters you to the Kung Fu Warriors Club with early access to new releases, giveaways, community events, and much more. Second, you'll have an exclusive Kung Fu Warriors merchandise only available for Wushu Warriors NFT holders very soon. The third one, this is if you are one of the first 10 owners of this collection, I will send you a signed physical copy of the artwork, and you'll also have the chance to do a meet and greet with me. The fourth one, this is fun, especially to those who are martial arts enthusiasts, because a real-life Kung Fu session will be available if you hold at least 2 Wushu Warriors NFTs. The fifth one, this is exciting because I can get to know you. We can chat because I can invite you to an exclusive dinner if you hold at least 5 Wushu Warriors NFTs. And aside from these perks, 20% of these proceeds will benefit the UDFN project. The You Defend project is an advocacy project I personally developed. It is a self-defense training programs with aims to educate and empower everyone, especially the women and children, as well as promote healthy lifestyle within the community.
That's awesome. That's a lot of perks indeed. And on top of the perks, I particularly like the artworks. The artworks were really particular in a way that there were nothing like it in the marketplace before. And I think they are handwritten, like hand drawn, if I'm correct, right? They're very unique. That 250, and then you have another 1,000, right?
So there are 1,250 unique designs that I crafted with the collaboration of award-winning visual artist James Neil Viola, also known as Sining ni Viola. It is an action-packed anime-style fusion of expressionist and postmodern visual mediums and inspired by expressionists. So the use of expressionist stroke was intentional. Simple lines, shapes, and colors were utilized to create a complex composition to complement the anime-style character. It is inspired by the art of wushu, which aims to showcase the forms and stances, as well as demonstrate its graceful movements, breathtaking jumping skills, and awesome balancing techniques.
That's awesome. Yeah, the arts are really outstanding. I think the collection will be sold out fast. I mean, what do you think, Marcy?
That would be so great.
Yeah, I think so too.
But of course, with the help of Sologenic, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all about building a community and engaging the one you already have, especially since you're so professional and like
It is
your
true,
mindset,
Janice. We
like-
gotta give it to you. You've been really professional with the collection, with the announcements. The teaser video looks awesome, and I love that one where you turn from an anime style character into real person.
Thank you.
That was on point. On point. When is it going live?
Yeah, it's gonna go live this July 15. And one thing, the reason why I'm proud of our Wushu Warriors NFT collection is that each NFT represents a piece of me, a piece of my hardships and battle, a piece of my courage and strength, and lastly, a piece of my passion, dedication, and discipline. Warriors are not born. They're made through pain and suffering, and through their ability to conquer fear and doubt. We all have a heart of a warrior. All of us have gone through hardships in life, but we never gave in, never backed down, never quit. We're not just survivors, we are fighters. We are warriors because we refuse to be defeated. And that's a true meaning of a warrior spirit. And through our NFTs, we'll be reminded that we are born to win, that our mission is to achieve greatness.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
That's a great premise.
It's been great having you, and we look
Yes,
forward
thank you as
to
well.
working together.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned for updates on my social media accounts. You can also join my Discord and grab your Wushu Warriors NFT this July 15. Go check out Janice Hung on sologenic.org.
Awesome, Janice. And if you have a Discord, whenever you want, free to join you there. We can do an event there. Like we can
that
do
would be
that
fun.
would be so fun. Yes.
Yeah, so we can chat, and talk about a lot of things about martial arts and plan of training together. Since you mentioned you're into Taekwondo, right?
Oh, you remembered. Yes.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. You mentioned
Very
that.
similar. I've seen your kicks. You kick a bit higher than me, but I can try.
I know you can. We can trade.
Should we try it?
I'm down.
You still
Solo
do
Nation, that's a
Taekwondo?
kung fu session. Well, Janice, it's a pleasure to have you. We have to wrap it up here. Thank you for joining us again, and
My pleasure.
we'll see you on the next time.
Bye, Solo Nation and Warriors, and Mauricia and Fab.